I took 3,000 photos at this wedding. This is how I pick and edit the ones you actually get. All right, guys, here we are. So basically, it's going to sound like a lot of work, but this is literally what I do. It's pretty time consuming, but it's so much fun. What I do is I go through every photo. I usually do this on my computer, but for the video's sake, I'm doing this on my phone. There's like a select flag, which is this one, and there's like a which is like the X flag. I go through every photo and I select if it's a good enough photo to eventually edit later. So this is how we get to the 500, 600 photos that we would actually edit. As you can see, we take a lot of photos. It just covers us. We don't want to miss any of the cool details potentially. So I'd rather take more photos in the moment and have to do more work at home as opposed to missing an important shot, you know? So right here, I just go through each photo and I literally just scroll and go like, this one good enough? It's all right. We'll go with the X for now. This one's all right, but no. This one's all right, but no. Again, like it's gonna be like the same moment, but this is like just what you're supposed to do, really. I like this one. I think I can make it cool in black and white. And yeah, this is literally what I do. This one's just a little too blurry, so I'm gonna go with the X. This one's a cool moment. She's like clapping, so cool. And I literally just do this. And now I'm gonna show you how I actually edit a photo for a wedding. For example, I like this one a lot. So yeah, we'll just go from here. I usually like to play around with the shadows first. I just have a routine of doing things. You know what? Like I might not even be doing it right, but it works for me and people like it. So shadows here, I like to bring more details if possible, like this potentially. After the shadows, I like to go to the blacks, kind of the same vibe as the shadows a little bit. After that, I'd go to the highlights. So right here, I probably have blown out highlights, which means this white is just too white. So what I do actually is I'll bring it down. I'll touch it with my left thumb, and I'll hold the screen like that. Yeah, and then basically this is showing me like what is too white. I'll just bring it down a little bit. It is what it is. Like I'm not gonna change their wedding layout to avoid this, but I also could have just shot it better. So after this, whites, it's the same, kind of the same concept, just a little different. But I like this. This is good. Before and after, it's pretty good right now. After that, I'd actually go to the curve. This is where I change the contrast. This line is a point of contrast, so I'd move this a little bit to stars a little difficult on the phone, like that. This one will also make the contrast go up or down. And these at the end will just like make the blacks a little like this. You don't want to go you don't want to go too crazy with these because you don't want to be that guy. But a little bit will make it look cool. Again, I'm used to doing this on the computer, not my phone. So sorry. Well, I like this. This is cool. So after this, we would actually go to color. Temperature is the first thing I changed. It's like it just changes the whole vibe of the photos potentially. Cooler or warmer. Depends on your style, really. I really like to do warmer, but not too much. You don't want to overdo it. Vibrance, I always go plus 30, and then I bring the saturation back minus 10. I do this to just bring some color to the right colors without overdoing it. Cool. Tint, you can also mess with tint. I usually depends on the vibe. I like where the tint's at right now, so I'm just not going to change it. So when it comes to colors, this is the huge thing. So hue will just change the color of a color, if that makes sense. This is like the red, and it thinks his face is red, so it's trying to make it go different color. I like where it's at right now, I think, so I think I'm okay. Orange. This one's a really dangerous one to play with because it is their skin color most of the time. So just be mindful of that. I think I'll just keep them like that. And then a lot of this is just up to your own personal style. Some people like to make the greens like really bright like this, or just like more dead looking. But just know that everything has a balance. You don't want to overdo anything because you just don't overdo it. If you're gonna do something, just do it really slightly. God, this is so hard on the freaking phone. And sometimes like it's gonna change. Like his like shirt is white technically, but like it's trying to change it. So just be mindful of stuff like that. And then after hues, I do the luminance, which means like it just makes it brighter or darker. So for example, his skin. Remember how his skin was supposed to be like reddish, apparently. Um, right here, I can bring it up really. Certain parts are really bright, a little lighter. I like it a little higher. I like brighter photos. That is kind of my style, I guess. So I usually like to bring the orange luminance up a little bit usually, but it just depends. I like to bring up the blues up in luminance as well, just because usually with weddings, um, the bride is wearing white, obviously, and the groom is sometimes as well. And in a scene like this, it would just make it a lot brighter. So I like to do this too. Not too much because we don't want to overdo it, obviously. And like I said, remember how I told you his shirt was popping up as purple-ish? Um, it's gonna change the brightness of this too. So I would also do this because why not? I like to keep the whites looking white. That's my kind of thing. But obviously, if you're a photographer, it's all up to your own personal preference. And then after that, we would do saturation. Also, saturation is just a little dangerous. Things can get crazy really quick. For example, I made his skin like that. Like we don't want that. So, um, kind of like where everything is right now, saturation wise. Like with orange, you have to be careful because that is their skin color most of the time. This yellow is gonna bring up the color of the trees. And after this, I think we're doing pretty good. Um, Something I like to do. This is like my own thing, I guess. A lot of people do this though, so I'm not gonna copyright it or anything. But texture +7, because I want to do clarity -20. Clarity just makes it a little more dreamy looking, but if you overdo it or don't add texture, it can just like a little too fake and just like not cool. So, because if I did clarity minus this, it looks like this, and we don't want it. This looks fake as crap. So -20, and then adding the +7 on the texture just makes it seem a little more real. It's still dreamy. Dehaze. This is a thing I kind of like to do now. I like to do like -3 dehaze. It really just depends on what I'm doing. It just makes the scene a little more brighter and a little dreamier. But yeah, something like that really. Vignette. You always want to add a vignette for the most part. I mean, maybe not. I don't know the rules, but um, you want to do it without making it seem noticeable. Because a vignette is this, closes the corners in. If you do anything too crazy, it doesn't look good. So you just want to have it there naturally that people won't even notice it. So I usually like to do like -6 because like it closes in on the corners, but you would never know. After that, I like to go to detail. So sharpening, I like to do like 60-ish. Just depends on the photo. But the biggest thing with sharpening is you want to go to masking. When you start pulling on this thing, you want to hold the screen down because it's going to tell you where it's going to sharpen it. You want the lines to be lining. So right here, usually around 70 is what works, but like if I sharpened it right here and left it here, it would try to sharpen whatever that is on the left side, and I don't want that. I want them to be the main focus. So once it's mostly them, I'll let it go. So like at 78, we're good. And it makes them look tic-tac sharp. And yeah, I should have done this first. I know I'm gonna get yelled at for not doing this, but I lost my train of thought because it's so hard to do this on a freaking phone. You want to crop it right, obviously. I haven't done this in a while. On geometry, is there auto geometry? I usually do the auto and just let it be. Like auto geometry is pretty good most of the time. I would probably fix this though a little bit because I feel like it's a little crooked. And this thing on the bottom right is kind of making me mad, so I'm gonna crop them out of it. Like that. Something like this. This is not a final product I would probably use, but for the most part, I think this is pretty good. Um, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. She's my little office buddy. We're working on stuff, or I'm working on stuff, but right, Delta? Right? But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll be back soon. See you guys.